Good morning everyone and welcome to another Whizbang Technologies training video. Today we're going to be going through the third of the series for the Stock Management Setup series, Session 3, Stock Items. Once you've opened the OneTap Stock Management software, simply sign in. You'll see on the left hand side the options between Stock, Setup and Reports down the bottom. So obviously we're going to be in the Setup side today and we're going to be working with the stock items. This can also be accessed from up the top through the Setup button in the top bar here. If you already have a food and beverage set up within the stock item, that's great. Otherwise, you can also always add them. Simply click on the stock type and right click on that. Then you've got the option to add a stock group, or if you're tidying things up, you can always delete a stock group. If you're adding something, a third option perhaps, you could be putting in something like miscellaneous. Don't worry about the stuff down the bottom here for the ledgers and things. That's to do with the integration to accounting third-party softwares. So it's as easy as that to set up a new stock group. From there you can select the stock group and right click on that, and down the bottom you've got options to add more stock groups or to add a stock item. I'm going to revert back to my already preset examples. So if I click on the beverage option for example, I can expand that by clicking on the plus sign to the left of that. From there you can see I've already got a number of stock groups in here. Such as my beers, cocktails, liqueurs, etc. Once again, if we click on the plus sign, that will expand these groups out again, and you can see the items already added in. Now, I can either click on the beer stock group and right click on that, and then I can add a stock item to this for it, or I can click on an existing stock item and right click on that, and I've also got in here an option to add a stock item up the top and set it down the bottom at this point. Simply click on this and then we're ready to start adding our stock item. Now, important to say here, you will need to have as much information as possible on hand. So I would suggest you have a invoice from all of your different suppliers of all of the different items that you receive into stock and that you carry. You'll need as much information as possible here to be able to fully complete things where you can. Most of the fields that you can see that are yellow are required information. The white fields are optional fields for you. First off, stock code item. So let's just call this item test 1. Okay, so we can have a stock code and we can have a description. Now we keep it as simple as possible for you so they can both be exactly the same. There's no need to have complicated PLU or SKU numbers here. We can just work with the same details here. Once you put in a stock code and a description, you can then add a stocking unit. So these are using the units that we did in session 2, and we can select something here. Now, if this is going to be a beer bottle, we're just simply going to go for each. You can start typing the name of the stock unit you want, and it will search it for you. So now I've selected the each. Now the stock group is auto-selected because it's under the beers. You then need to have a preferred supplier. Now this is not the only supplier that you can buy from, but it is the supplier that the system will suggest you purchase from when you do a auto report on what the system believes you should be ordering due to your PAR levels, your minimum, maximum levels that we're going to have a look at down here later. So preferred suppliers, we'll just put something in here for now. Your default location. Now you may or may not have default locations, but most sites will, and you'll have sort of kitchen or bar or just the name of the business. Barcodes can be put in if you need to, link codes can be put in if you need to. Now these are yellow fields, but they're not a required one here. A perpetual item means that this item is going to stay in the system forever. Right. Minimum, maximum PAR levels. So if you have a fairly consistent requirement for this item throughout the year, then you can start putting these in here. And if it's a beer, maybe you're going to say, I want 2 24 packs, which is 48 items, as a minimum level, and you might say, I want 4 as a maximum, so you're going to have 96 as a total. I wouldn't worry too much else about discounts, expected yields, retail values and things like that. These will start to be populated as you start to link the item to the point of sale item or the item, the retail item that you're selling. And therefore it will work out from your average costs and the price of the items that you have in the stock item and the sale item. It will start working out your yields and things like that for you. Okay. It's pretty much as simple as that. There's not much to it. There is a lot of data entry for you to do at this point, but just remember, keep it simple. Keep your stock codes and your descriptions the same. Make sure your stocking units are accurate and your preferred suppliers. After that, we just clicked OK, and that's added in the new item there. If you have any questions at this point, rewatch the video and or call your local support team and they'll be able to walk you through the steps again if you need some help. Other than that, have fun, have a great day, and we'll see you at session 4. Thank you very much. Have a good day.